and tell, you guys a little bit about who I am, my journey, and give you guys some key information. So if you can hear and see me clearly, drop a 5 in the chat, right? Just the number 5 if you can hear and see me clearly. Okay, beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, cool, cool, cool. So I'm going to go ahead, introduce myself, tell you guys exactly who I am, tell you a little bit of my story, and go ahead and get into it, right? Go ahead and get into it. Drop some 777s in the chat if you have your notebook out and you're ready to learn, right? If you have your notebook out and you're ready to learn, if you are a note taker, right? A note taker is a money maker. Drop a 7, because I guarantee you every single person that takes this information that I am giving you and applies it, you're gonna win. Right? If you are ranked, drop your rank in the chat. I want to see who I'm talking to. Right? I want to see who I'm talking to. I see P150, P2000, P5000, P1, P150, P2000, P1. So it's everyone is on this call. I saw Chairman 10. Everyone is on this call. I love it. I see a slew, a plethora of every single rank. This information, right? This information is literally important for every single rank. Let's go ahead and get into it. My name is Levi OHANENYE. I am a Chairman 10 within 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧 Investment Group within I Am Mastery Academy, and a special shout out to Dignified Drip Investment Group. If you are inside of Dignified Drip, can you please just drop a drip emoji inside of the chat? I want to see how much Dignified Drip we have on, right? Dignified Drip, this one was honestly for you. Right? This one was honestly for you. So let me see where my DD family is. Where's my Dignified Drip family? Okay, cool. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm seeing the drips and I'm loving it, right? I'm absolutely loving it, right? My Instagram is at LEVI_XAUSTIN. If someone could drop that in the chat for me. If you have questions or you want to follow me sort of see my growth, see how I've elevated, right? If you could drop my Instagram in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. You guys can chill with the drips. I love to see that the family is plugged in. I love to see that the family is plugged in, right? But my Instagram is at LEVI_XAUSTIN, right? So this last week on Saturday, I had the pleasure to speak to, a room of over 350 Platinum 600s and above, right? With my amazing investment group, Dignified Drip, right? I had the amazing opportunity to speak to well over 350, almost 400 Platinum 600s and above. And it's crazy because 2 years ago this time, Dignified Drip maybe had, maybe 100 people in it, right? So we literally have 400 Platinum 600s plus, right? My amazing and beautiful team called the Launchpad. They literally came out, they showed out, they got here, whatever the case may be. Now, unfortunately, there are storms going all around the country, right? The entire state of Texas is snowed in. So as a result, a lot of my team, their flights ended up getting canceled, right? So of course, we had to find somewhere to stay. So we've literally just been in Airbnbs for going on a week now, right? Going on a week now. And during this time, I've literally learned how to create and just learn the true foundations of creating a dream team. See, the beautiful thing about this opportunity is that you have so much diversity. You have people of all different races, all different colors, all different backgrounds, just literally people from everywhere. Drop a 1 in the chat if you've peeped the diversity. There's not one specific type of person in this opportunity. You have people who are college graduates. You have people who dropped out of high school. You have people who have been to jail, who have felonies. You have people who are former, accountants, former, whatever the case may be. You have so many people coming together. It's literally a melting pot. I love this opportunity because it's a legit melting pot. There are people from everywhere, right? So my whole team, who is extremely diverse, we have all been under the same roof for the last week or so. And the crazy thing is that during this time, we have literally been building what is called a dream team. And this is something that I read about in John C. Maxwell's Developing the Leaders Around You. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have ever read that book, and be honest, right? Who has actually read that book? Who has read that book? Right? If you have not read it, this is literally how it looks. You can screenshot me holding it up. My millionaire mentor, Mr. David 𝗵𝗔𝗍. Drop some 750s in the chat if you know who David 𝗵𝗔𝗍 is. Right? I remember I was literally a Platinum 1000 and he hosted a call. He said that you need to read Developing the Leaders Around You and Developing the Leader Within You, right? Both by John C. Maxwell. As soon as that call was over, I got on Amazon and ordered both of those books. These two books have literally changed the entire course of my life. Right? They've given me so much information, so much sauce, so much insight on every single thing that I need to develop not only the leaders within me, but develop the leaders around me. So inside of this book, he literally gives the steps to develop a dream team. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to develop a dream team. See, when all of us came to this house, we didn't really know what to expect. But the beautiful thing is we learned so much about each other's strengths, so much about each other's weaknesses. We learned so much about each other in this house and in this ambiance, right? So I'm gonna tell you this: if you're on this call and you aren't already, regularly being around your team, locking in with them, having events and things of that nature, you have to get into that, because there are very few things, right? There are very few things that can be recreated by social media, by technology, and that face-to-face interaction is not one of them, right? FaceTime does not replace face-to-face interaction. I promise you, right? You have to actually be around these people, have conversations with these people. You have to see them. You have to sleep in the same bed as them. You have to literally work with them. And that is how you're going to see the explosion that you want to see. Has anyone ever, just been around their team for a long period of time? Drop a 1 in the chat if that has happened to you. I want to see, right? And what were the results, right? Actually, don't even drop a 1. Drop the results. What happened after that? Being with your team for so long. Someone said P600, an explosion, momentum, growth, right? Elevation. See, a lot of us on this call, and I say us because whenever I speak, I'm talking about myself as well. A lot of us on these calls, we're hopping on these calls and we're trying to figure out, quote unquote, what am I doing wrong? Drop a 5 in the chat if that's ever been you. You hop on a call with the approach of, what am I doing wrong? All right, what am I doing wrong? I guarantee you, network marketing, this industry, right? The beautiful thing about this industry is that you can create whatever it is that you want to see, right? Whatever it is that you want to see, you can literally create, as long as you utilize what? Your imagination, right? You can create whatever you want to see if you utilize your imagination. Now, last year, right before I graduated from college, the crazy thing is the first Airbnb that we got was on my birthday, right? Our group, Dignified Drip, we literally got a house, right? We got a house. And inside of that house, we built the dream team. Can y'all drop what the name of that house was? If you've ever been to that house, ever heard the name of it, right? What was the name of that house, right? What was the name of that house? Right? The DD house, the Dignified Drip house, People Pop, Chairman Air, P5, P2, right? P1, so much success, so much love, so much elevation was created within that house, right? So much success was created in that house. When my mentor stepped foot in that house, he was a Chairman 25. When he walked out of that home, he was a Chairman 100. Right? He walked in as Chairman 25, walked out as Chairman 100. So many of my colleagues, so many of my family members, when we walked into those B&Bs, we were Platinum 2000s, right? Fresh Platinum 5000s. By the end of those B&Bs, by the end of that environment, we were Chairman 10, right? We elevated. Our businesses quadrupled, doubled. I don't even know what the 5 is, pentupled, whatever the word. Our businesses grew astronomically because we created that environment in which we wanted to create our dream team. Now, John C. Maxwell, and if you're following along in the book, right, it's actually on page 144 in my version of the book. I think this is the first version of the book. So page 144, he has the qualifications of a dream team coach. And there are actually 8 different qualifications of a dream team coach. And I'm going to go through every single one of those with you guys. And I'm going to explain exactly what those mean. Right? Actually, there are 10. I'm sorry. There are actually 10. Right? I'm going to go through all 10 of those. Right? Drop a 10 in the chat if you're cool with me, spending my time, spending the time going through that with you guys. Right? Let me see. Right? If you haven't gotten your team on this call, I would greatly suggest you get every single one of them. Right? I would suggest you get every single one of them, right, onto, this call, right? Get every single one of them onto this call, right? Because I'm telling you, this is going to be different, right? So the first quality of a dream team coach is that a dream team coach chooses players well. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what that means, right? See, in order to be the best coach, right, let's break down what exactly a coach is. I want to break everything down to you, right? What is a dream team? A dream team is that perfect team, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia. It's developing the leaders around you, right? It's by John C. Maxwell, right? A coach is literally someone who guides a team, right? I was going over dream team, but a coach is literally someone that guides a team or guides a group of people to massive amounts of success, not really focused on who's on the team or what the team is, right? A real coach is someone who looks at the team, no matter where they are right now, and they literally say, I'm going to help you get to this level. I'm going to ensure that you see all of the success that you ultimately desire. That is what a real coach does, right? So a coach actually puts together a group of people or is given a group of people, and they help to build that group of people. They help that group of people grow and see the success that they ultimately desire. Now, a dream team. If you're a sports fanatic on this call, right, drop what a dream team is. Drop an example of a dream team, either past or present, right? What is a dream team? Or what you would consider a quote unquote dynamic duo, right? What's a dream team, right? The Warriors. Okay, cool. Trey House. I like that. Trey House is a dream team, right? Trey House, Tom Brady and Gronk. Facts. Venus and Serena. Facts. Kobe and Shaq. Right? MJ and Pippen, right? LeBron. So these are literally people that feed. Oh, wow. I saw someone who has my name on this call. That's crazy. Peanut butter and jelly, right? That's a dream team. Someone who what? They feed off of each other, right? They feed off of each other. If you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you get the sweetness of that jelly, but you get, the bitterness of that peanut butter, but it comes together perfectly. Right? That's crazy. Elias is on the call. That's actually my nephew's name. He will be here July 3rd, 2021. That's my nephew's name. That's beautiful. Right? You have a beautiful name. I just read about the meaning of that name. I love it. Right? The Jackson 5, that's the dream team, right? All these groups, all these things y'all talking about are amazing dream teams. A dream team is someone who literally feeds off of each other's strengths and weaknesses. So where I'm weak, you'll be strong. Where I'm strong, you may have a weakness, right? We literally work together like peanut butter and jelly, right? Like hand in glove, right? A dream team is something that literally has the ability to ultimately transform, right? So have y'all ever heard, those stories, those rags to riches stories, of teams who literally suck, and then a coach comes in, and then that coach literally turns them up and they go to the championship the next year? Right? I know some of y'all may have experienced that, right? Coach Carter, facts, right? Y'all have seen that where, a team is not necessarily the best, right? But their coach works with them and they see that potential in them and they ensure that they see success. See, in this business, you as a mentor, you're that coach. So you have to see, okay, cool. This person has this strength. This person has this weakness. This is what I'm going to do for this person. This do for that person. This is how this person is going to work. This is how this person isn't going to work. You have to actually understand exactly what it is that you're getting yourself into when it comes to that team. Now, the crazy thing is you're going to hear me talk about him a lot, but I absolutely love him. My amazing mentor, Adu, right? When I first got into his business and when I first, got into everything that he's everything that he's doing, right? He literally understood, or I'm not even saying understood, understands my strengths. He understands my weaknesses. He understands things that, may make me react a certain way and things that ultimately are going to, generate a positive response. But see, the beautiful thing about a dream team and the beautiful thing about a coach is that a coach understands that you cannot do for someone, right? You cannot do for one person what you can for another person. You cannot do this for one person and do it for another person and expect the same results. Why? Because people are literally unique, right? See, a coach understands that their dream team is unique. The things that a dude can do for me, he may not be able to do for Chairwoman 10, Kara Bruce. But the things that he does for Chairman 10, Tyron Houston, he may not be able to do for Chairwoman 10, Karina Murray. So you have to understand exactly what role each person in your dream team plays and how to capitalize off of those roles. Drop some fives in the chat if what I'm saying is making sense. Is what I'm saying making sense? All right, cool. So literally that was just the intro. Step one is that a dream team coach chooses players well, right? A dream team coach, you're literally going to choose players well. Now, one thing that John C. Maxwell literally says is, he says, I can identify what a winner looks like for my organization. I can tell whether a person has the potential to become an all-star contributor. I want the people close to me to, and write this down, right? This is how he's able to choose who's going to be that winner, who's going to be that all-star contributor, who's going to be that team player, right? Make sure that you are taking a copious amount of notes, because this is information I've never presented before, right? He says, step one, they have to know your heart. See, they have to know, or they have to know his heart. So they have to know my heart, right? That's step one. Step two, they have to ultimately be loyal to me due to the fact that they're an extension of you and they're an extension of your work, right? They have to be trustworthy. Basically meaning they have to be trustworthy. Basically meaning you have to be able to trust them, right? And if for some odd reason it's called ends, right? I'm literally going to hop back on. I'm going to drop the link again. So it's literally going to be the exact same link. I don't know if it's going to end, but I just want to let y'all know that, right? They have to be trustworthy. They have to be discerning, meaning they should be able to make decisions for you. Now, I know a lot of times, people, they have mentees who literally are just they have mentees who are not able to operate without them, right? Number two is be loyal to me, right? Be discerning. So when I say be discerning, or when John C. Maxwell says be discerning, he's basically saying you should be able to operate ultimately without me if need be. You should be able to make a decision just like I would. That comes with your leader being aligned with you, right? That comes with your person being aligned with you, right? You have to have a servant's heart, right? So they're going to, if they're going to become a player on your team, they're going to have a servant's heart, because they're carrying a heavy load, because you're carrying a heavy load, right? In my own organization, right, I have two of my amazing Platinum 2000s, Mr. Ashley Spivey and Miss Vanessa Webb, who literally make sure that they have a servant's heart. Right? If they notice that, something is going on, they'll literally say, okay, cool. What can I do to help? When you do that and you lighten that load off of the person that's before you, you ultimately make it that much easier for them to be able to help you. Make it that much easier for your coach to be able to provide their value and be able to help you, right? They have to be a good thinker, right? Be a good thinker. The fourth word was discernment, right? Fifth one was servant heart. Sixth one is be a good thinker. So understand that your two heads, so just my head and my coach's head, so my head and the dude's head, or my head and Paul's head, right? That's better than just one head, right? So they have to have a good head and be a good thinker. And you ultimately have to be a finisher. You can't be a quitter, right? You can't be a person that sits here and says, oh, well, I found out about this, so I'm going to go do, no, that can't be you. You have to see it all the way through, right? You have to see it all the way through. There's no room for quitters, right? There's no room for quitters on my team, right? As a coach, there's no room for quitters on my team, right? If we're in this, we're in it together, right? Till the end, right? Which is going to be death for me, because I'm doing this forever. Right? And have a heart for God, because if they're aligned with me, they have to have a heart for God, right? Not saying you have to believe in the same exact God, but have some type of heart or respect for a higher power. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Do those qualities of leadership make sense to you guys? Right? I'm going to run through them one more time. They have to know your heart. They have to be loyal. They have to be trustworthy, be discerning, have a servant's heart, be a good thinker, be a finisher, and have a heart for God, right? Have a heart for God. Now, step two, right? A dream team coach constantly communicates the game plan, right? So at the beginning of the year, you should have set out and literally gone over different goals for your organization. Now, see, one thing that you want to understand, and one thing that you have to understand, and one thing I actually took notes on when I heard Chairwoman 𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪👏 talk about this, to one of my mentees. She said, your goal, right? Your goal ultimately has to fit inside of the goal of your greater organization, right? I was watching this and I overheard her say that, and I was like, wow, that didn't make sense until you said it, but that makes so much sense. See, if my mentor says that the goal for Dignified Drip is 100 chairman by the end of 2021, and if his mentor Bryce Thompson, right, says that the overall goal for Trade House Investment Group is how many chairman? I want to see who knows it. Right? What is the goal for Trade House by the end of the summer? By the end of the year. 400 chairmen by the end of 2021. See, a dude isn't going to come and say, oh, well, Bryce, that's cool, but my goal is 700 chairmen for Dignified Drip, because Bryce said it's 400 for Trade House. He's going to make his goals fit inside of his mentor's goals. So with me, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, my goal for the Launchpad is 200 chairmen by the end of the year. I'm going to say, okay, cool. My goal for the Launchpad is 20 to 30 chairmen by the end of the year, right? In order for me to understand that, my coach had to communicate that to me. Now, I'm going to communicate the plan to my mentees, not just one day, not just when I feel like it, but whenever. I'm going to consistently communicate that plan to my mentees and to my team, because I understand that at the end of the day, regardless of what happens or regardless of what is going on, that goal is still fully attainable, right? See, a lot of times we focus more so on the how and not the who, right? We focus on the how is it going to get, how's it going to get done? How's it going to get done? Instead of focusing on the who. And if you are aligned with me, right? If you are aligned with me, like we said in step 1 on identifying a leader, right? You're going to have a heart for God. And you understand that the biggest thing that God, right? The biggest thing with God is having faith and having trust, right? Having faith and having trust. See, God is all up and through, right? I Am Mastery Academy, because you have to understand faith, trust, all of these are principles that are put inside of the Bible. So if you have the faith and the trust, right, you will always be a finisher. Right? Can we drop that in the chat? With faith and trust, I will not quit. I want you to understand that. With faith and trust, you will ultimately never, ever, ever even feel the need to quit. Right? You guys can drop that not just in this chat, but whatever group chat you're in. With faith and trust, I will not quit, because I'm not going to get on this call and sit here and say, oh my God, it's so easy to go chairman. All you have to do is post. No, you sometimes need faith. You sometimes need trust to keep you guided to the right decisions. See, sometimes the devil will literally step in and come on your shoulder and tell you, hey, Levi, this is what you should be doing. But see, God is upstairs at the end of the day, and he's keeping that faith and he's keeping that trust right on you, right? So you have to understand, with faith and trust, you will not quit, because you know for a fact that you ultimately are going to win. You ultimately are going to see a crazy and beautiful amount of success, right? A beautiful amount of success. Now you have to understand that a dream team coach constantly is going to communicate that plan, not just when they feel like it, not just when they think that, it's happening, right? Not just when you're in quote unquote momentum, but every single day you're going to speak that plan, because you understand that you have the power in your tongue to speak life over your business. You have power in your tongue to speak life over your business, right? Life and death lie in the tongue. You can speak life of your business. I'm going to share with you an exercise that my millionaire mentor, Mr. David 𝗵𝗎𝗓, did with us at the Platinum 5000 and Up retreat. See, I had the pleasure of literally getting personal mentorship by Mr. David 𝗵𝗎𝗓. That's not something a lot of people can say. All right, a one-on-one session with him. And one thing that he said is that you would never walk outside of your house, right, and stand in traffic and say, I want to die. You would never be in a car on a freeway and say, I want to crash into a pole. So why is it that sometimes we say, I don't know if it's going to get done. I don't know how I'm going to hit it. I don't think I can go chairman. I don't think I can go chairwoman. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do that. I don't think this is for me. My team is not building. My team is not launching. My team is not growing. My team is not seeing success. My team is not elevating. So you have to understand that at the end of the day, you're communicating the complete opposite of your game plan. It's sort of like a football coach saying, oh yeah, throw away the playbook. We're going to give the team the game. We're just going to give the team the game. Oh, yeah, I don't think we're going to win this game. Imagine your football coach telling you before the game, I don't think we're going to win this game. How are you going to play? If your football coach tells you, I don't think we're going to win this game, are you going to give it your all? I want y'all to be honest. Are you going to give it your all? No, you're not going to give it your all. You literally are going to go out there and play like trash. But see, imagine if you're a football coach, even if they had the thought in their mind that you may not be able to quote unquote win, imagine them saying, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. Guess what? Every single day, you're going to put your heart in it. You're going to put your soul in it, right? You're going to put every single thing that you have into winning that game. And you have to understand, to be an effective coach, you have to communicate your game plan. So you literally have to say, yo, this is what's going on. This is our goal by the end of the year. You can do anything, right? You need to be doing everything that you can to ensure that we see the success that we desire. You have to communicate that game plan, right? Now, the beautiful thing about communicating that game plan is that ultimately you have to do what is called huddle, right? You have to huddle, right? So when I used to play sports, in high school and middle school, elementary school, we literally would huddle around. Right, we'll huddle around, go over the game plan one last time, give some motivation, give some value, whatever the case may be. Make sure we're charged up. We done had some water, we done had some Gatorade, say a team prayer, and the energy is just great. Drop a 5 in the chat if you've ever participated in a huddle. Right, the energy is just great. You take some time, to really just get your minds together, really just get pumped up, really just get everything right. Cool. So you have to huddle as a coach within this business. See, a lot of people forget to huddle, right? Huddles are your team building calls. Huddles are your leadership trainings. Huddles are those special trainings where you may have a special guest, your chairman mentor, a chairman mentor from somewhere else, right? Those are your huddles. See, your huddles are your times in which you're literally developing your leaders into being the best people that they can, developing your people into having the best mindset that they possibly can. So you have to communicate, right? John C. Maxwell literally says, when a team huddles, it recalls the game plan and how it is to be implemented, right? It recalls the game plan and how it is to be implemented. And I swear, I'm telling y'all, this is something that a dude does for us every single call. Every single chairman mentorship call, Platinum 5,000 plus call, he literally opens the call and he says, so guys, the goal is 100 chairman from Dignified Drip, consistently communicating that goal to us so that ultimately, we're getting, guess what? We're getting how to implement it. He's telling us, hey, the goal is 100 chairman from Dignified Drip, and he's going to go into how we're going to get that goal, how it's actually going to be implemented, right? He says, focus. No matter how often a coach communicates the game plan, it never hurts to use huddle time to get people to refocus on what's important. So these huddles, these times that you're literally sitting here and going over all this stuff, you literally should be, and I want to see who's taking notes. You taking notes? Oh, you on the phone. You taking notes? Yeah, I hope everybody's taking notes. I see a notebook in the back room. I see another notebook. Okay, I hope y'all taking notes on this call because this is some stuff y'all ain't even heard before, right? But a coach literally is going to take the time to huddle. You're going to focus, right? It says, no matter how often a coach communicates the game plan, it never hurts to use huddle time to get people to refocus on what is important, right? So sometimes you have distractions. Right? Sometimes you'll have people that come to distract you. You may even have, someone that sees another quote unquote opportunity and that comes as a distraction. Utilize your time in the huddle to go over every single thing, right, that you need to get your people refocused. Now notice, right? Notice a coach is never the type of person to beat themselves up if someone goes against what is said in the huddle. If you're there and you don't run a play, it's into the what? You go out there and you don't run a play, get sent where? Where you get sent? You get sent to the bench. You get sent to the bench. You get to sit out. Right? See, the beautiful thing, and I want to add this on, John C. Maxwell didn't even talk about this in this section, but a coach understands that their job is to guide, right? Their job is to lead. If someone doesn't follow the coaching that you give them at the end of the day, guess what? It's okay. Because you did your job. And see, I see so many people over there literally say, oh my God, like I just feel like I'm such a bad mentor. This person left my business. That person left my business. This person isn't making money. And I asked, okay, cool. What did you tell them? Well, I made sure they were plugged in. I made sure you did your job as a coach. Stop beating yourself up when your player isn't doing what they need to do. That's not in your control, right? That player chose to do that. And I guarantee you that player is going to see the repercussions, right, of their action, right? They're going to see the repercussion of their action. Right? So don't beat yourself up because someone makes a mistake or someone doesn't do what they need to do. They don't listen to you. They didn't run the play the way that you needed to be run, because at the end of the day, as long as you gave them the play to run, you did what you need to do. That's all that matters. Can someone drop my Instagram for me, please? Right? Moving on to number 4. Now, right? A dream coach knows what his or her players prefer, right? And I'm going to break this down because this one is very important, right? This one is very important. Now, there's a color test, right? There is a color test. Drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of the color test, right? If you have the link to that color test after people stop dropping ones, can you drop that in the chat for me? Right? I want everyone to send this out to the players on their team. Get to know exactly who you're working with. If your people are reds, if your people are yellows, if people are whatever color they are, figure out what color they are, because I guarantee you the way that you talk to a yellow is not the way that you can talk to a red. Right? The way that you talk to a red is not the way that you can talk to a yellow. You have to know what your players prefer. Right? So sort of like I explained earlier on, number 3 was a dream coach takes the team to the huddle, takes time to huddle, right? But the way I explained it to you guys earlier before is just that a dream coach knows what their team prefer, what their players prefer. Now, some people love having an appreciation shown for a job well done. Those are your people that are yellow. I'm not going to lie to you. I love hearing, oh yeah, you did amazing. You did a great job. You're doing great, because I'm part yellow, right? Words of affirmation. I love hearing that, right? Also love to hear and feel that they're in on things, right? So I'm going to break that down too. You want your leaders to feel like they sort of know what is going on. Your players know what is going on. You're not hiding anything from them. You're being as transparent and as honest with them as possible, right? And you also, right, as a coach, you have to understand how to help them manage their personal problems. Because I'm not going to lie to you, in this business, I'm not just a Forex or HFX mentor. I'm not just a Forex or HFX, or I'm not just a Forex or HFX mentor or Forex or HFX enroller. I am a counselor. I drop some things that you do, right? What are some things that you do for your team, right? I know I've been a counselor before. I've been a chef before. I've been a therapist before. I've been a motivational speaker before. I've been a parent before, right? A healer, a social worker, right? Someone said Dr. Phil, right? A babysitter, right? You have to know what your team needs, right? You have to know what your team needs. If you don't know your team, you don't know how to properly serve them. So see, what works for me may not be what someone else needs, right? But you have to help your mentees to understand their personal problems. Why do y'all think I say that? Why do y'all think we say personal problems, you have to know how to manage those? Why do you think I say that? I'm gonna see. I don't even want to open the chat because I'm scared it's gonna break my phone. So I'm gonna just go by what I see, right? It's a mindset. What else? I want to see if anyone is gonna get it. Why do you think I say that you have to help your players manage their personal problems? Exactly. My God, oh dang, right? My God, and I hope name right? O'Dane, right? He literally said, right? He literally said it affects their poor performance. So if you have someone, right? If you have someone that isn't doing what they need to do in your business, so ask yourself, what are they going through? What do I know that they may potentially going through, right? What do I know of that they may be going through? And really sit down and actually just ask yourself, okay, cool. What could be affecting their performance? Is it their home life? Is going on? It's what life that could be causing them to get poor performance, right? That personal problem can ultimately affect their business, which ultimately affects your business. So if you have someone who you feel like has been quote unquote slacking, take some time and ask them, hey, what's going on? Hey, is everything okay at home? Right? Build a close and good personal relationship with every single person in your team and on your organization, right? Step 5, right? Part 5 of a dream coach, right? A dream team coach excels in problem solving, right? Excels in problem solving, right? And I want you guys to understand that every problem has a solution, right? It's your job as a coach to be an effective problem solver. See, I want you to understand, problems bring opportunities, right? Problems bring opportunities. You see something, boom, it's gonna bring something to the table. 9 times out of 10, actually 10 times out of 10. Whatever you view as a problem, it's going to bring something positive to your business. I promise you, I guarantee you. I'm literally a walking testament of that. I had people to, leave. My organization happens to everyone. But one of the people that was still here, right, she's a Platinum 600. Her name is Kayla. Right? When I met her, she was a Platinum 150. She's literally about to smash through Platinum 1000. Right? And I literally met her, and I wouldn't have met her or developed a relationship with her if it was not for those people leaving. Right? But see, if I would have viewed it as a problem and something negative, that wouldn't have happened. Right? That wouldn't have happened if I would have viewed it as a problem. But I turned that problem into something good. Problems give you opportunities to learn, to grow, and to improve, right? I promise you that. Every problem that you have is going to give you the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve, right? You're going to ultimately see success from that problem. I'm going to keep it candid, and I'm going to be honest with you, because I know a lot of people on this call may feel like they're experiencing a problem. I promise you, dig deep until you find that lesson that you're learning. Until you find a lesson that you should be learning, right? Dig, right? You should be working on problem-solving issues with everyone, with your players, and you should understand that in order to keep problems to a minimum, you have to properly prepare. If you aren't properly prepared, then problems are going to arise, right? But you literally have to prepare. Prepare to solve problems. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's sort of like being a kid and never expecting, to get a scratch while you're playing outside. It's going to happen, right? These things happen. It's like driving a car and expecting to never get into an accident. These things happen. It happens. But how you approach the problem when it happens dictates the outcome of the problem that you have, right? So I want you guys to understand that, right? Step 6, and what time is it? 10:47? Oh my God, I've been on here for 47 minutes. A dream team coach, right, provides the support that is needed for success. So a dream team coach gives you the support. They don't just bark orders at you, right? They're going to give you the support that you need. Now, this section of this book, and I love this section, it goes through dictators versus facilitators, right? Dictators versus facilitators, right? Drop a 7 in the chat if you're fine with me continuing to go, because now I'm in it and I really want to keep going. So drop some 7s in the chat if you're cool with me keep going. I don't want to hold y'all for too long, right? But I have some information I want to share with y'all. Cool. So a dictator hoards decisions, basically meaning they don't allow anyone else to help them with anything, right? They pick everything. right? That's a dictator. They make decisions alone or restrict them to an elite group, right? They view truth and wisdom as their domain since they are the leaders, right? They guard their own interests. They take for themselves, right? Now, facilitators, they push decisions down the line, right? So, and I'm going to break this down for IM and IM terms, right? They involve others as much as possible in key decisions and give people space to make those decisions, right? They view truth and wisdom as being accessible to everyone throughout the organization. They let those responsible decide how jobs will be done. They serve everyone's interests by developing people, and they give back to the organization. I'm going to go through all of these. I'm gonna go through them again. I'm sorry. I talk really fast. I'm sorry. Right? Dictators. 1, they hoard decisions. Right? And I'm going to go through, I'm going to break all of these down to y'all. Right? So hoarding decisions. Right? Now, this can be something as small as choosing you want to do a call or do something. Right? For in IM, as you know, we have different team calls. It can be as small as, just saying, oh, what call is going to be at team? Instead of asking, hey, when is everyone free for a call? Hey, when would everyone, and it can come down to, you planning a trip or something for your people and saying, okay, cool, it's going to be $500 per person to stay in Airbnb. Rather than saying, hey, how much are you comfortable spending? Right? A facilitator will ask, hey, how much are you comfortable spending? Right? A facilitator will ask, hey, what's me free? A dictator is going to say, okay, cool, the call is at 10. You need to be on. Right? A dictator is going to say, okay, cool, you need to send $500. Right? Does that make sense? Sort of the differences between a dictator and a facilitator. I want to make sure. I want to give y'all some real world examples. Cool. Now, well, we're not even going to go to step 2 because that's an extension of step 1. Step 3, right? Really step 2, right? They view truth and wisdom as their domain since they're leaders, right? So I want you guys to understand, a rank is the lowest form of achievement in this business, right? A rank is the lowest form of achievement. Just leave that there, right? A lot of people feel like, oh, well, because I'm a chairman, I can tell you this, you do this, da, 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 da. That's not how this works at all. It's not how this works, right? It's not how it works. You're not the only person that can hit chairman. You're not the only person that can see success. Everyone in this opportunity has an ID number, has the ability to hit chairman and even surpass you, right? So that rank should not be the biggest thing, right? I'm gonna just be honest. Your rank is not your biggest thing. Your rank is not a control or a power tool, right? It's what's with, and it's how you help other people get to where you are. That's your power, right? Now, dictators guard their own interests, right? Have you ever met someone who you perceive as sneaky? Have you ever met someone like that? They're sneaky. They do stuff when it benefits them, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you ever seen that, right? They're sneaky, right? So they may do something only because it's going to benefit them, right? They're not actual servants, leaders, right? Drop a 2 in the chat if you understand what a servant leader is. See, a servant, or I want to see. Right, I want to see who's familiar with that. Servant leader is someone who's going to show up and do it, no matter what they're going to get out of it, no matter what results, no matter what. They're just going to show up and they're just going to do it. They don't care what they're going to quote unquote get out of it because they understand that at the end of the day, they're going to be rewarded by God, right? Which literally goes back to being aligned and having a heart for God, right? So being a servant leader, y'all see how everything ties together? Everything ties together. Right, everything's gonna tie together. It's gonna be a full circle moment. After this call, y'all gonna be like, "Whoa, I'm ready to go hit chairman." Right. Also, they let those responsible decide how the jobs are going to be done. Right. So they give people a little bit. Facilitators are gonna give people a little bit more. A little bit more room for compromise. So there may be a way that a dictator wants something done. And a facilitator is going to talk to their people, right? And talk to their people. Hey, I don't think you should do this at this time because of this. I don't think this should be done right now because of this. Is it possible for us to do it now? See, a facilitator comes to some type of compromise, right? They explain why they feel the way that they feel. They help the person on their team to understand why they feel. And it helps everyone to see success, right? they give to the organization. They don't just give to themselves. A facilitator gives to the organization. See, a dictator is only going to give when it benefits him. A facilitator is going to give to everyone. No matter who it affects, right? They're going to give to everyone, right? They're going to be a true servant leader. No matter what happens, that's going to be them. They're going to give to every single person. Crazy thing is, a dude, right, literally runs the 7:30 webinar for just Dignified Drip. But every single day, I see him forward that call out to the entire trade house, right? Because he understands at the end of the day, it makes no sense to just keep this call for just us. We're going to help everyone win. We're going to help everyone see success. We're going to help everyone grow. We're going to help everyone see what they need to see. Jupiter gives to the organization, right? They provide an atmosphere of support for their mentees, and they give to the greater organization, right? A dream team coach commands, this is step 7. So that was step 6. This is step 7. Dream team coach commands the respect of their players, right? Without respect, a coach will never be able to get his players to do what he asks. Now, someone has to have respect for you, right? Respect is something that's earned, and it's earned over time. There's no shortcut to success. You cannot bribe to respect. You cannot give someone money to get them to respect you. You cannot, quote unquote, do things for respect. It's earned over time. Honestly, I have the most respect for people who do the things that they go around telling other people to do. You'll never catch me telling my mentees to do something that I'm not doing, right? You'll never catch the players on my team to do something that I'm myself doing. At the end of last year, I told the players on my team, I said, guys, this January, we need to literally enroll like we've never enrolled before, right? I told them exactly what I would be doing every single day, how many people I would be talking to, how I'm going to be talking in rooms, right? If you're on my team and you know exactly what I'm about to say, drop a 1 in the chat. If you know what I'm about to say, if you're on the launch pad, you know what I'm about to say, drop it in the chat. Cool. Right? So I gave a goal. I said, guys, the goal at the end of the month is to enroll as many people as we possibly can. Right? So on January 1st, guess what I started doing? I started affirming over myself. I am so happy and grateful now that I have enrolled someone into my business. I woke up, posted on my Instagram. Right? I started getting DMs from people. I told them, God, ever text about the opportunity, get them on the phone, get them on the 3-way. Guess what I did? I ran the prospect calls with the people. I pitched in the rooms on an app that I told them about. I did all the small things, all the corny things, went in person prospecting, all of that. Guess what? At the end of the month, I had enrolled 12 people. I told my team to run the play, right? And I ran the play harder than any of them did. I think someone else enrolled like 7, a few people enrolled 6, 5, 4, whatever the case may be. But I literally said, I'm going to put myself in the field. I'm not going to be that person that sits here and just says, hey, we have to do this, right? And just sits there and just watches. No, that's an ineffective leader. That leads to no respect. So if you're on this call and that's you, change that, because no one's going to respect you. That's not how you get respect. You get respect from you telling your team to hop on the phone and you being on the phone with them. You get respect from you telling your team to create some success and you're creating success with them. You get respect from you telling your team, hey, you need to be locked in, and you're locked in with them. For my leaders, if you're getting an Airbnb for your team, for them to lock in, for them to work in, then you should be in that exact same Airbnb environment with them. That exact same house with them. You shouldn't be, oh, well, I'm going to just be at a hotel by myself. You should be in that exact same environment with them. My mentor stayed with us in Airbnbs until he could not anymore. Until he literally just could not stay in there. It just made no sense. Right? That's what I'm duplicating. So this whole week, I've literally just been, right? I've literally just been in the same environment, in the same bed, sleeping 2-3-2 a bed, just like I was when I was P150, P6, P1, P2. Because I understand at the end of the day, I'm not better than any person on my team. Right? I don't carry superiority over anyone on my team. And that is ultimately more than likely going to earn me respect. I'm not doing it for respect, but that's something that's going to earn me respect. And I've heard people say, yeah, this made me respect you a lot more. This made my respect for you grow. Just you even doing this. Right? That's what happens. It's not, hey, I'm going to send you $100 because I just got paid. Hey, I'm going to do this. Hey, I'm going to do that. No, it's actually being about what you're doing. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Right? That's what that respect comes from. Practicing what you preach. Right, Tina? Exactly. Right? Being trustworthy. I want to talk about this. Being trustworthy. Right? Your mentees and the players on your team should ultimately be able to trust you with their life. Right? They should be able to literally trust you with their entire life. They should be able to sit down and know that no matter what, you have their best interest at heart. That's not step 8. I'm about to get into step 8. They should be able to trust you fully. And you should have a caring attitude. Your mentees and your people should know he really cares about me. He really wants to see me win. It's not just about him. It's about everyone. He wants to see everyone win. That is what you should want everyone on your team to feel, that you care. Not that you don't care. Not that you could care less if they didn't see success, but that you care. Even if it doesn't benefit you. See, this is the true leaders, the dictators and the facilitators. See, the dictators only care when it benefits them. The facilitators care when it benefits everyone. The facilitators are your leaders that are going to, show up to the B&B of someone else's team, that are going to do a call for someone else, that are going to do everything that they can to make sure that everyone wins and they're going to see success, right? See, one of my best friends, my little sister, Miss Karina Murray, Chairwoman 10, she is a facilitator. Right? There have been so many times that I've been going through different things, within my own life and within my own organization, where she's literally said, okay, cool, I'm gonna pick up the phone and I'm gonna just call people just to make sure their head is right. Not because it benefited them. She's my mentor, but I'm not directly enrolled with her, right? My GV doesn't count towards her, but she's my mentor. She's one of my coaches, right? Because she's a facilitator and she's everyone's coach because she facilitates that direction. She has that caring attitude, right? And you also ultimately have to have the ability to make hard decisions as a coach. I'm gonna be honest with you. You have to be able to make those hard decisions. You have to be able to make the best decision, right? You have to be able to listen and make the best decision. Make the hard decisions. Players cannot respect a coach who cannot make the hard decision necessary for a team to succeed. Right? At the end of the day, you're the coach. It's on you to make a decision. It's not on your team to say, well, we need to do this, we need to do that, whatever the case may be. You are the coach. You make the choices. I see so many people out here who literally are being controlled by their team. At the end of the day, your team should not have control over you. Are you following your team or is your team following you? I think a lot of people get confused on that. A lot of people get confused. They start following their team. No, you're still a leader. You can still be an effective leader and still listen to the things that your team is saying without following them. Does that make sense to everyone? Drop one in the chat if that makes sense. You can listen to your team without following them. You still ultimately are responsible for making the best decision for everyone in your org on your team, right? And that's something I know a lot of people don't really understand how to do. And it's a very important trait to have. I swear I'm almost done. Give me about 15 more minutes, right? A dream team coach does not treat everyone the same. I've talked about that a lot. Right, I don't really have to go too in depth on that, but a dream team coach does not treat everyone the same. Give opportunities, resources, and playing time according to players' past performance. With that being said, I'm not going to sit here, right, and place someone under someone or place someone in my team with someone who is not doing everything they need to do. Your performance is not there, so why would I place someone into an environment where their performance could potentially suffer? See, a lot of us get caught up in, oh, well, I have a weak leg. If you use the word, quote unquote, weak leg on here, delete that from your vocabulary. Take that out of your vocabulary. If you have a leg that is, quote unquote, lower than your other legs, that is a developing leg. That's not a weak leg. Stop saying, oh, well, I'm placing my weak leg and putting these people's success at risk. How about you place somewhere where they're going to see success and build that developing leg into the environment that it needs to be, so that when you build that developing leg into the environment that it needs to be, you ultimately no longer have a quote unquote developing leg. You just have 3 strong legs. Did that make sense? I know I just broke it down, but does that make sense to y'all? That makes sense. Cool. Right? A dream team coach continues to win, right? They continue to win. Now, a dream team coach continuing to win is not their team winning, but them winning. And the important thing for a dream team coach to continue to win, I want to see if anyone is going to get it. Drop it in the chat. What do y'all think it is? What do y'all think it is? Faith, okay. Results, winning, growing, give it to the Lord. I'm looking for 2 words. Teamwork, system, duplication, belief, hard work, personal development. Whoever just said it, someone just said it. I didn't get a chance to catch your name, but shout out to you. Personal development. See, a dream team coach continues to win by personally developing. A dream team coach, in order for your team to grow, you have to grow. You have to personally develop. You have to work on your specific weaknesses and turn them into your strengths. You have to work on your specific skills, right? No matter how much success you have or how much success you see, there is always room for improvement. See, a lot of people feel like, oh, well, because I've seen this amount of success, I have no time to improve. I don't have to improve. I don't have to develop. I want y'all to understand. Bryce Thompson still works on himself every single day. David and Maniche still works on himself every single day. Yvonne Tapia, Matt Rosa, all of these amazing individuals that we look up to, they work on themselves every single day. I remember it was a period in which I wasn't really seeing too much growth in my business, and I was talking to a dude, and he literally said, well, how much personal development are you doing? Right? I was talking to another coach, Karina Murray. She said, when's the last time? And I got so mad when she asked me this, because I literally just wanted to just vent about what was going on, but she was so right. She literally asked me, she said, when's the last time you did pencil and paper personal development? And she said, stop complaining about the results that you are getting if you aren't willing to develop yourself, because it starts with you. And that was some of the realest stuff anyone has ever told me. Stop thinking, right? Stop thinking it's everyone else. If your team is not performing, it's more than likely you. It's the example that you're setting, and it's your lack of coachmanship, right? Does that make sense to everyone? Right? You have to ultimately work on yourself, make a change, right? Work on yourself. Can y'all still hear me? Okay, cool. Right? You have to work on yourself and make a change. Figure out what it is that you need more. Figure out what it is that you need to do less of. Personally develop. Listen to the audios. But a lot of people get so caught up in, oh, well, I listened to the audio, or I read a book, or I hopped on the training. No, to me, the best form of personal development is actually holding yourself accountable. See, for me, I said, okay, cool. One thing I need to work on is having a negative mind. So literally now, whenever a negative happens, I try to flip that negative into a positive, right? I try to work on my react. Instead of saying, oh, well, I read a book about how to make sure I don't overreact, or how to deal with things, whatever the case may be, or how to accept my faults. That's the big thing. I honestly have a problem accepting my faults sometimes, right? So instead of me sitting here and saying, okay, cool, I was right, they were wrong, I'm going to be, man enough, and you should be man enough, woman enough to admit when you're wrong. That's personal development for me, is admitting when I'm wrong. Holding myself accountable. Whatever it is that you feel that you need to work on, allow that to be your personal development. Allow you actually doing those things to be your personal development, to be your thing that you need. Right? Now, right, I'm almost done, right? A dream team coach continues to win, right? So that's how they win within themselves, and they keep the team winning. Reward the unrewarded, right? So a lot of times on your team, you'll have people that are literally underappreciated. You have somebody who always steps up to run a training. You have someone who always steps up and is always there and doesn't necessarily get that quote unquote shine or get that quote unquote glory, right? Reward them, right? Figure out different things that you can do for them, right? Everything doesn't have to be monetary. I know we're trading in a $7.7 trillion market and we have access to $1 billion industry, but everything doesn't always have to be monetary. A reward can literally be you just telling someone thank you. Reward that unrewarded person, because I guarantee you they play a very key role in your success. Right? There's always someone who's doing stuff behind the scenes that isn't necessarily seen. Reward that person. It'll go a long way for you. Right? And the last thing, and he really said this, and I really love the fact he said this. He said, don't dwell on yesterday's victory, right? Because it doesn't matter. I don't care if you pop 5. I've literally seen, our organization pop multiple platinum 1000s within a day. And I've seen months go by where we haven't popped platinum 1000, right? You can't dwell on what is going on in the past. Oh, well, I did this, so I'm cool. Oh, I did this, so I can create success. Bro, no one cares. Focus on the future. Focus on moving on. And with that being said, don't focus on the things that you messed up with in the past either. Right? I've been listening to an amazing audio by Eric Ward. And the way that he opens it is literally, it's a GoPro training. The way he opens it is that before you listen to this training, forgive yourself. See, a lot of times we walk around with this quote unquote guilt, or we walk around with this baggage about things that we may have messed up with before. You got to forgive yourself. Right? Forget yesterday's victory, but forgive yourself for yesterday's mishap, yesterday's mistakes. There's nothing you can do about it. Forgive yourself. Right? And step 10 is that a dream team coach understands levels of players. Right? So you have to understand your players. He gives 4 types of players, right? Like I told y'all, right? There are 4 types of leaders: yellow, red, blue, right? You have different colors, right? Each color scheme, each color wheel has a different color, but I know yellow, red, blue, green, right? But some of them have orange, purple, pink. I've seen all kinds of colors, right? But Dream Team Coach understands levels of players. So there's 4 types of players. Players who need direction. So that's going to be your person that you ultimately are going to, that you're ultimately going to have to direct. Hey, your goal for the day is to pop 2 platinum 600s, whatever the case may be, right? Players who need coaching, right? Someone who doesn't necessarily need direction, but they need coaching. To pop 4 platinum 600s, you're checking in on them. Hey, how's popping those platinum 600s going? They may have a question or 2 for you. You're going to coach them. See, that directional player, you're showing them exactly how to run that play. Your directional players are going to be your rookies, your new people, right? Your babies, your P150s, your P6s, your people that don't necessarily know too much. That's going to be the people that you're giving direction. The people that need coaching are the people that ultimately are starting to be able to do the job on their own, right? That's going to be more so your platinum 1000s, your platinum 2000s, right? People who need support, right? People need support. At this level, the player is able to work without your direction, but he will still require your support and encouragement, right? These are your people who are going to be your platinum 2000s, platinum 5000s, chairman and up, right? They just need your support. I don't necessarily need my mentor to tell me, hey, you need to do this. This is how you're going to do it. I need that support. Hey, you're doing amazing. Hey, you're doing a great job, right? Hey, this is how this is going, whatever the case may be. Hey, is there anything that you may need from me? That's levels of support, right? Your mentor may be showing up to an Airbnb that you have. Your mentor may be, doing it informational for you. That is support, right? That's how support works. And players to whom you delegate. So I think I'm at the support level. I'm not at the delegation level, right? These are your chairman 250s, chairman 500s, chairman 750s. You can give them any task and you can be fully confident that they can be done. All they need is for you to lead. That's it, right? You give them any task, you can be confident. Hey, I need you to put together this information. Okay, cool, I got it. Hey, I need you. They're not going to come to you with any questions. They're thinking just like you. This is sort of like the leadership chart, pinnacle-based leadership, position-based, like all of those, right? So there's delegated players, there's support players, there's coaching players, and there's direction players, right? And I'm not going to go too in depth on everything else because I want to leave you guys some things to read in this book. But if you haven't gotten this book, I guarantee you this will change the way that you look at the entire company, the entire business, right? Someone said they just bought it, right? At the end of the day, the ultimate goal for I Am Mastery Academy is 1 million customers. How are we going to do that? We're going to do that from creating the most amazing teams, being the most effective coaches, and expecting the most success out of every single person on our team. If we aren't being the best coach, if we aren't bringing out the best in everyone, if we aren't being a facilitator, right, and we're being a dictator, we can't necessarily expect to see 1,000 chairmen out of the entire company, right? The vision is 1,000 chairmen, 1 million customers. 1,000 chairmen, 400 out of Trade House, 100 out of Dignified Drip, 20 to 30 out of my personal group, the Launchpad. Do everything that you can to make sure that you see this collective win, and that is ultimately how you win. I've had an amazing time hosting this call with all of you guys. I hope you guys got some type of value. My Instagram is at LEVIXAUSTIN. If someone could drop my Instagram in the chat, I appreciate you guys. I love doing calls like this. Hit me up on the gram if you need anything, if you have any questions. I love you guys. 1,000 chairmen within I Am Mastery Academy is done, and I'm going to go ahead and end the call.